Greetings, dear readers, and welcome to another electrifying installment from TV Day's Drama Digest, your premier source for unraveling the most tantalizing mysteries and heart-pounding scandals in the world of television drama. Today, we plunge headfirst into a narrative so labyrinthine, so fraught with ambiguity, that it has left audiences across the globe clutching their armchairs and questioning their every assumption. At the heart of this tale lies EJ, a character whose recent brush with death has sparked a firestorm of speculation, intrigue, and betrayal. Was EJ the victim of a violent act, or could he be orchestrating a grand deception, fooling everyone around him? Could it even be possible that EJ, in a moment of unfathomable desperation, turned a gun on himself? Join us as we dissect this enigmatic story, peeling back the layers of truth and fiction to uncover what really happened on that fateful night. The saga of EJ's shooting is not merely a plot twist in a soap opera. It is a narrative earthquake that has shattered the foundations of trust between characters and viewers alike. With every new revelation, the story grows more complex, weaving a tapestry of doubt, loyalty, and hidden motives. Was Johnny, EJ's confidant and alleged assailant, truly responsible for pulling the trigger? Or is there a deeper, darker truth lurking beneath the surface? As we delve into the details, prepare yourself for a journey through a maze of conflicting accounts, emotional reconciliations, and a single, chilling detail that threatens to rewrite everything we thought we knew. Buckle up, dear readers, for this is no ordinary tale. This is the story of EJ, and it's about to take us to places we never expected. Hashtag the confrontation, a gun, a memory, and a cloud of doubt. The drama begins with a scene that could have been ripped straight from a noir thriller. A dimly lit room, heavy with tension, where two men stand on the precipice of catastrophe. Johnny, a man known for his fiery temper and unwavering loyalty, confronts EJ, his longtime friend and occasional rival. In Johnny's hand is a gun, its cold steel gleaming with menace under the flickering light. According to EJ's fragmented recollection, this is the last image seared into his mind before everything went black. The weight of that moment hangs over the narrative like a storm cloud, pregnant with questions and devoid of answers. Did Johnny pull the trigger, sending a bullet tearing through EJ's flesh? Or is EJ's memory, clouded by trauma and pain, betraying him? Johnny, however, tells a different story, one that shifts the narrative in a way that leaves us reeling. He insists that he did not shoot EJ. In his version of events, the confrontation was intense, but ultimately non-lethal. Johnny claims he managed to talk EJ down, convincing him to relinquish the gun that had become the focal point of their heated exchange. I talked him out of it, Johnny recounts, his voice trembling with the weight of the memory. I took the gun, and I left. I swear, that's all that happened. His words are earnest, his eyes pleading for belief, but the shadow of doubt lingers. If Johnny's account is true, then why does EJ's memory paint such a different picture? Is it possible that EJ's mind, fractured by the trauma of the incident, has reconstructed a false narrative? Or is Johnny hiding something, weaving a tale to absolve himself of guilt? The discrepancy between these two accounts is the first crack in the foundation of the story. EJ's recollection is visceral, almost cinematic in its clarity. Johnny, gun in hand, eyes blazing with anger. But memory is a fickle thing, especially in the wake of a near-death experience. Medical experts suggest that trauma can distort recollection, filling in gaps with assumptions or fragments of other moments. Could EJ's mind have conjured the image of Johnny as the shooter, simply because it was the last thing he saw before losing consciousness? Or is there something more sinister at play, something that EJ himself might be concealing? The plot thickens with a moment that is as heartwarming as it is perplexing. In a scene that has left viewers gasping, EJ and Johnny share a raw, emotional embrace. Tears stream down EJ's face as he clutches Johnny tightly, whispering words that carry the weight of 1,000 unspoken apologies. "You brought me back to life," EJ says, his voice breaking with gratitude. "You convinced me to live, even when I was ready to die." The words are cryptic, their meaning shrouded in ambiguity. Debut system. Ambiguity. Is EJ suggesting that Johnny's actions, whether real or perceived, somehow saved him? Or is there a deeper layer to this statement, one that hints at a truth too shocking to contemplate? Johnny, visibly shaken by EJ's words, responds with a question that echoes the thoughts of every viewer. "How can you stand by me after what I did?" The question is raw, vulnerable, and it reveals the depth of Johnny's guilt that may or may not be warranted. EJ's response is equally poignant. "You forgave me for my wrongdoings, Johnny. And I love you." It's a moment of reconciliation that should feel like closure, but instead, it raises more questions than it answers. If Johnny truly shot EJ, how could such forgiveness come so quickly? And if Johnny didn't shoot EJ, then what exactly is EJ forgiving him for? The emotional weight of the scene is undeniable, but it's the ambiguity that lingers, like a fog that refuses to lift. Just when we thought we were beginning to piece together the puzzle, a single detail emerges that threatens to upend everything. At the moment of the shooting, EJ was holding Johnny's gun. This revelation lands like a bombshell, sending shockwaves through the narrative and forcing us to reconsider every assumption we've made. If EJ had the gun, how could Johnny have shot him? The timeline becomes murky, the sequence of events shrouded in uncertainty. Did Johnny truly walk away, leaving EJ alone with the weapon? And if so, what happened next? This is where the speculation turns dark. Could EJ, in a moment of despair or madness, have turned the gun on himself? The idea is almost too horrific to contemplate, yet it fits with the fragmented pieces of the story. EJ's cryptic words about Johnny convincing him to live take on a new, chilling meaning. Was EJ on the brink of taking his own life, only to be stopped or not stopped by Johnny's intervention? Or is this all an elaborate ruse, with EJ manipulating the narrative to cast himself as the victim? The possibility that EJ is deceiving everyone, Johnny, the other characters, and even the audience, adds a layer of psychological complexity that elevates this story from mere drama to a masterclass in suspense. Let's consider the implications of EJ holding the gun. If Johnny's account is true, and he left EJ alone with the weapon, then the shooting could only have occurred after Johnny's departure. This raises the possibility of a third party, someone who entered the scene after Johnny left, perhaps taking advantage of EJ's vulnerable state. But the more disturbing possibility is that EJ, overwhelmed by his own demons, pulled the trigger himself. The psychological toll of such an act would explain his fragmented memory, his insistence on Johnny's involvement, and even his emotional embrace. It's possible that EJ's mind, unable to cope with the truth, has constructed a narrative where Johnny is the aggressor, absolving EJ of his own actions. The idea that EJ might be deceiving everyone is not just a plot twist, it's a psychological labyrinth. If EJ shot himself, whether intentionally or accidentally, his subsequent behavior could be seen as a coping mechanism, a way to deflect blame and preserve his sense of self. Psychologists note that survivors of self-inflicted injuries often experience profound shame and denial, leading them to rewrite their own narratives. EJ's tearful embrace of Johnny, his insistence on forgiveness, could be an attempt to externalize his guilt, casting Johnny as the catalyst for his survival rather than the cause of his pain. But what if EJ's deception is more calculated? What if he's deliberately manipulating those around him, using his injury as a tool to garner sympathy or deflect suspicion? This theory paints EJ as a master manipulator, a character whose charm and vulnerability mask a cunning agenda. The audience is left wondering, is EJ a tragic figure, haunted by his own actions, or a scheming puppet master pulling the strings of everyone around him? The fact that we can't answer this question definitively is a testament to the story's brilliance. Every gesture, every word, is laden with double meanings, leaving us to question whether EJ is a victim, a villain, or something in between. The saga of EJ's shooting is more than just a mystery. It's a meditation on trust, betrayal, and the fragility of human relationships. Johnny and EJ's bond, tested by this near-fatal incident, embodies the paradox of love and doubt. Johnny's insistence that he didn't shoot EJ is a plea for trust, yet EJ's conflicting memory undermines that trust at every turn. Their emotional embrace, while beautiful, is tinged with ambiguity. Is it a moment of genuine reconciliation, or a performance designed to obscure the truth? The audience is left grappling with the same questions that haunt the characters themselves. Who can we trust? And how well do we truly know those we love? This story also speaks to the broader human condition, particularly our tendency to rewrite our own narratives. Whether EJ shot himself or not, his fragmented memory reflects a universal truth. Our minds often protect us from realities too painful to face. The possibility that EJ is deceiving everyone, perhaps even himself, raises profound questions about identity and accountability. Are we defined by our actions, or by the stories we tell about them? And when those stories conflict, where does the truth lie? As viewers, we are not merely passive observers of this drama. We are active participants, drawn into the mystery by our own need for answers. The writers of this tale have masterfully crafted a narrative that mirrors our own uncertainties, forcing us to confront the limits of our perception. Every clue, every revelation, is a challenge to our assumptions, a reminder that truth is often elusive. The detail of EJ holding Johnny's gun is particularly ingenious, as it shifts the narrative just when we think we've found solid ground. It's a reminder that in the world of TV Days Drama Digest, nothing is ever as it seems. The audience's reaction to this story has been a whirlwind of theories and debates, with online forums buzzing with speculation. Some fans argue that EJ's deception is a deliberate act, pointing to his emotional manipulation of Johnny as evidence of his cunning. Others believe he's a tragic figure, driven to the edge by circumstances we have yet to fully understand. Still others propose a third party, an unseen assailant whose presence has yet to be revealed. The beauty of this story lies in its refusal to provide easy answers, keeping us on the edge of our seats as we await the next chapter. As we wait for the next installment of this gripping saga, one thing is certain: the truth about EJ's shooting will have far-reaching consequences. If EJ is deceiving everyone, the revelation could shatter the fragile bonds of trust between the characters, leading to a dramatic fallout. If he's a victim, whether of Johnny or another, the story will shift toward a quest for justice. And if EJ shot himself, the narrative will delve into the depths of his psyche, exploring the pain and desperation that drove him to such an act. The writers have promised that the next episodes will shed light on these questions, but in the world of TV Days Drama Digest, answers are never straightforward. Each revelation is likely to bring new questions, new layers of complexity. Will Johnny's account be vindicated, or will EJ's memory prove true? Will the truth bring them closer together, or tear them apart? And most importantly, will EJ's true motives, whether innocent or insidious, finally come to light? The story of EJ's shooting is a masterwork of narrative ambiguity, a tale that thrives on its ability to keep us guessing. With every twist and turn, it challenges our assumptions, forcing us to question not only the characters but ourselves. Is EJ a victim, a villain, or something far more complex? Is Johnny a loyal friend haunted by guilt, or a man wrongly accused? And what does it mean to seek the truth in a world where memory, motive, and morality are so deeply intertwined? As we await the next chapter, we invite you, our readers, to join us in this journey of discovery. Share your theories, your hopes, and your fears in the comments below. Is EJ deceiving everyone, or is he a man struggling to make sense of his own trauma? Could he have shot himself, or is there another player in this deadly game? Whatever the truth may be, one thing is clear: the saga of EJ and Johnny is far from over, and we hope you enjoyed it and look forward to sharing more with you in the future. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe TV Days Drama Digest for more updates on Days of Our Lives.